everybody welcome to Mystics Outlook, joined by the Cardell W. Jr. We got Raven Lyons. Chicago came into DC today, had a strong second half. Candace Parker led her team with a triple-double to hand Washington an 82-73 loss. Washington loses 5-2 on the season, only second loss of the year. That said, Ray, we'll start with you. Just your initial thoughts on this one.
Chicago's defense, man. They they held the Mystics to 37% from the field. In the second half, they just kind of turned it up. They made some adjustments, and on the other end of the ball, they stopped turning it over. They had 11 turnovers in the first half, and only 4 in the second half. So they value the basketball a little bit more and were able to execute. Once they settle down, they're able to get into their sets. We've seen what James Wade can draw up on them sidelines, man. And it was just evident tonight, and a whole lot of misdirection and finding people backdoor and getting layups and things like that. So yeah, man, Chicago, they just executed perfectly on both sides of the ball towards the end of the game. Candace Parker, just again, she showed her all-around dominance, finished with a triple-double. Typically we talk about the Mystics bench. Tonight it was, or this afternoon rather, it was the Sky bench that came through. Azrae Stevens outscored the Mystics bench by herself. So just the balanced game from Chicago. Also having Kalea Copper back was big for them. She just brings energy and she's the emotional leader. So I'm sure having her back in the fold, just kind of boosted them all around. She was able to put an imprint on this game as well. But yeah, man, just that third quarter, it just seemed like Chicago came out at halftime and just took control of the game, and the Mystics weren't able to regain their footing.
Cardell.
Yeah, sometimes the game just comes down to matchups, and the Sky won more of them individual matchups throughout the game. And, along with the bench play being heavily in the favor of the Sky, Candace Parker dominating the game in all aspects. It was just too much for the Mystics to overcome. And the wild part is they really lost the game in the third quarter. They were anemic offensively, and the Sky, led by Candace Parker, was just flowing. And that shouldn't happen at home. You saw Thibault putting out different lineups, just trying to get a spark, just find a unit that click that he can ride with. And it then, nothing really came from that. So he just went back to the starters and just said, we're going to either win or we're going to go down with y'all. Because at that point, they were the only ones giving the Mystics production. As we see, I know Elizabeth Williams, came in 9-2, but she's still learning the team. She's still learning the system. And you kind of saw that throughout the game in spurts that it's a team that's not fully cohesive yet. They're still trying to learn each other. Like Alicia's out, but last game Deladom's out. Then Elizabeth just got here. So it's just they got to get everybody in at the same time so everybody can figure out how to play one another. You know what I mean? And that's key. But the bench, whoever he end up having on the bench as the season goes along, they can't. 11 points, that's just not enough. You're putting a lot of pressure on the starters to have to, put points up. Atkins, who's had, I think she's playing at an all-star level right now. She was strong, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, man. She was in foul trouble, but she managed. Deladom, 17-7, but you can still see her kind of laboring with the back, trying to fully recover from the back issues. And she had a tall task. She had to deal with Candace Parker. And Candace Parker, being a competitor she is, she understood what it was, and she took it too. Deladom on the other end. She like I said, she controlled the game, being basically like a point center, point forward. And that's her skill set. And it was just fun to watch. Shakira had a strong first half, had 12 points or whatnot, but 2 points in the second half. Just a learner, another lesson for the rookie. She played against the champs. I'm pretty sure in a way, they lost, it's a confidence builder that she feel like, all right, I played against the best and I was able to make some type of impact. Now it's just carrying that throughout the game and then game after game. And that's just part of being a rookie, man. But all in all, it was little things that the Mystics lost by, and it's things that they can't correct as they go on. You know what I mean? But this was a winnable game, and they got to get back in the lab for sure because like I said, if you want to get where they want to go, which I know they're eyeing a championship, well, the sky just shows you how far you have to go to get there.
All right. Who you guys have for player of the games tonight? Like the general consensus. Yeah. Wasn't a hard question, man. I had to ask. X Factor for tonight.
I'm gonna go with Zara Stevens. Come off the bench with 13 points on 5 of 8. Those were huge points. I think that was she was a big part of the swing in the third quarter. Then the Mystics gonna recover from, man. And then that's a big ace in the hole coming off the bench, man. What is she, about 6'6"?
Yep.
From all 3 levels, run the floor. That's tough. And that's another thing I don't think people understand how big this guy are. It's just Candace, then with Meesman over there now. That's 6'5", 6'5". Then you got Stevens, that's 6'6". You got Hebert coming off the bench who only played 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like they not small up front. So, but for me, she was the X factor, especially the way the efficiency and the way she scored the ball efficiently.
All right.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna double down on Azrae Stevens. Yeah, she gave him that punch off the bench. She hit a big 3 late when when the Mystics were trying to claw themselves back into it. And that was one of those deflating shots that just takes the L to build it. So yeah, man, she was like I said earlier, she outperformed the Mystics bench by herself. That was a big reason why the Sky got the win today.
They don't have a lot of time to dwell on this loss at all. They got to turn right back around. I think Tuesday night they'll be hosting the Dream, where certainly can forget back after Washington, left Atlanta with a hard-fought win late in that one. So, you got Ryan Howard and company coming to the building on Tuesday night, and we'll see you guys then. See how if Washington's able to rebound here on their home floor.